Hello, my beautiful people. My name is Ozo. I am a midlife coach for women over 40 to help them gain strength, improve their confidence, but also to feel comfortable in their bodies by sharing small movement tips on a day-to-day in the comfort of your own home on how to move their bodies and feel confident in their bodies. If you're new to this channel, please welcome and thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. On today's video, I would love to share about my personal journey on going through perimenopause. So at this time, I am 48, which means that my periods are ranging from 1 to 2 days and sometimes 2.5. Just recently I went to my doctor because it was the second time. I went to my doctor because I wanted him to really hear me out with regards to my symptoms. And I think if you're going through perimenopause or menopause, your symptoms feel like the worst for you, because you're experiencing them personally. And I spoke to him about the possibility of being on HRT, and I have done my research, and there's a lot of information out there, and sometimes you think you've done your research and you only to realize that maybe it's not enough. But what I have done was enough to know that HRT is not dangerous, but just like any medication that you take, there might be side effects. So I feel like I have come a step further into feeling that my doctor is convinced that I am going through perimenopause, because before that he would say that the fact that I was still having my periods, I wasn't going through perimenopause, but I am. And I think, but most women would recognize that the fact that they are still having their periods, they are also experiencing menopausal symptoms like brain fog, being unfocused, anxiety attack, and for me, one of the worst is mood swings. When I get mood swings, it's in a way that I've never experienced it before, even when I was younger. So, and that was a bit scary. So I spoke to my doctor, and he finally agreed on putting me on HRT. And the thing is, now that I actually got the prescription and I got the hormones, I've been feeling a bit unsure if this is the right decision. Like I started reading the information folder and the things that you should know before you take them. And I bought them 1.5 weeks ago, and I'm still not brave enough to start applying the gel. And one thing I know is that my doctor said that he would put me on this estrogen for a month, and then he will take some blood tests, and then from there he can sort of monitor me in how I am reacting to the type of hormones that he's recommended me or prescribed me. And then before he puts me on progesterone. And I'm just like, now that it's really, now that it's really happening, I'm not sure, because I am that person who prefers to try other remedies when I have a headache rather than taking a pill. I am that person who is very against taking medication, not unless if it's a matter of, life-saving, but if it's just like minor, I don't. And at some point, I honestly believe that I didn't have to take the medication, but the symptoms that I've been getting, especially the mood swings and just the sore joints, waking up sore, sore on my foot. I can't sometimes step, and sometimes stiff on the neck. I was just thinking, I'm just at the beginning of this. So what happens when I'm in menopause and like full menopause and I'm not getting my periods, and my estrogen is fluctuating like nobody's business, and the mood swings. And I've heard a lot of women talking about the mood swings as the worst, like they were not coping. And I was like, I don't want to get into that space. So right now, I think I'm just, it almost like feels like a reflection, a verbal reflection on where I am. And I think that what I'm missing is getting into a community with women who are going through perimenopause and menopause, and I have tried or are on HRT. I do have a group on WhatsApp, but it's not as, we do share our different struggles, but I still also want to talk to other women, especially Black women, because as much as the menopause conversation is being had, I feel like it doesn't include our, the Black women and brown women's experiences on medication. And I would love to know, like, from any person who has tried HRT and what their experience is, and if they haven't, what is their reason. And then of course, at the end of the day, it's a personal decision that I have to make. But at this time, I think it's more of a feeling of being alone in this journey. So yeah, this is on lifestyle, what I wanted to share. And if this, somehow resonated with you, this is where you are also, or you've been through this journey, and you are that person that says, hey, I've walked the path, I sort of know what's in front. Please don't hesitate to share. But in Zulu, in my mother tongue, we have a saying that says, "Indlela ibuzwa phambili." So you ask the direction of the path to those that have already walked the path. So you ask the direction of the path to those who already walked the path. And I mean that the people who are ahead of me probably have more wisdom to share. And if there's any wisdom would be highly appreciated. And I am aware that at the end of the day, it's still my personal decision and personal opinion on what I decide. So this was on lifestyle. This channel is about sharing the journeys of midlife, navigating perimenopause, but also movement, how that can help us in navigating this phase of our life, this season of our lives. But also it's about celebration. I also share fashion, my personal fashion moments, outfits, as a way of celebrating this time that I'm in, that the fact that I'm older, I know what suits me, I know what doesn't, and I'm not afraid to have 10 pieces of the same thing if that's what makes me feel comfortable. You know what I mean? So there's the joys and the beauties and the struggles of going through menopause or just being in midlife, but it doesn't have to be all sad. So fashion is a way of celebrating that, and movement is also a way of celebrating that. So this was just a little part of the serious talk on midlife, navigating midlife, and going through perimenopause. So if you really like this video, or it touched you in a way, or you want to share your thoughts, I would love to hear from you. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, or like, and I look forward to hearing from you.